Question 1. A project manager notices that stakeholders keep requesting small changes that cumulatively affect the project timeline. What is the best action? A. Reject all change requests. B. Implement all changes immediately. C. Document changes and evaluate through change control. D. Escalate to the sponsor immediately. Answer: C. Even small changes can cause scope creep. Proper change control ensures impact analysis before approval. Question 2. During which phase are project deliverables formally accepted? A. Initiation. B. Planning. C. Execution. D. Closing. Answer: D. Deliverables are formally accepted in the closing phase after verification and stakeholder approval. Question 3. A project has unclear requirements and frequent changes. Which methodology is most appropriate? A. Waterfall. B. Agile. C. Prince2. D. Critical path. Answer: B. Agile is ideal for evolving requirements and iterative development. Question 4. Which document defines how changes will be managed? A. Scope statement. B. Change management plan. C. Risk register. D. Communication plan. Answer: B. The change management plan outlines the process for handling changes. Question 5. A dependency where task B cannot start until task A finishes is called A. Start to start. B. Finish to start. C. Finish to finish. D. Start to finish. Answer: B. Finish to start is the most common dependency type. Question 6. What is the primary purpose of a project charter? A. Define detailed tasks. B. Authorize the project. C. Track risks. D. Assign team members. Answer: B. The charter formally authorizes the project and gives the PM authority. Question 7. A stakeholder is highly interested but has low influence. How should they be managed? A. Manage closely. B. Keep satisfied. C. Keep informed. D. Monitor only. Answer: C. High interest plus low influence equals keep informed. Question 8. Which tool helps identify the longest path in a project schedule? A. Gantt chart. B. PERT chart. C. Critical path method. D. Histogram. Answer: C. CPM identifies the longest sequence of dependent tasks. Question 9. A risk has a high probability but low impact. What is the best strategy? A. Avoid. B. Accept. C. Transfer. D. Mitigate. Answer: B. Low-impact risks are often accepted, even if probability is high. Question 10. Which document lists identified risks and their responses? A. Issue log. B. Risk register. C. Scope baseline. D. Work breakdown structure. Answer: B. The risk register tracks risks, probability, impact, and responses. Question 11. What is scope creep? A. Adding resources. B. Increasing budget. C. Uncontrolled changes to scope. D. Delayed schedule. Answer: C. Scope creep occurs when changes are made without formal control. Question 12. Which communication method is most effective for complex information? A. Email. B. Dashboard. C. Face-to-face meeting. D. Status report. Answer: C. Face-to-face allows immediate clarification and feedback. Question 13. What is a milestone? A. A recurring meeting. B. A significant project event. C. A minor task. D. A risk trigger. Answer: B. Milestones mark key points or achievements. Question 14. A project is behind schedule. What should the PM do first? A. Add more resources. B. Crash the schedule. C. Analyze the cause. D. Notify stakeholders. Answer C. Always identify root cause before taking corrective action. Question 15. Which document outlines project scope, objectives, and deliverables? A. Project charter. B. Scope statement. C. Risk register. D. Communication plan. Answer B. The scope statement details what is included in the project. Question 16. Which type of cost is fixed regardless of output? A. Variable cost. B. Direct cost. C. Fixed cost. D. Indirect cost. Answer C. Fixed costs remain constant. Question 17. A team member is not performing well. What should the PM do first? A. Replace the team member. B. Report to HR. C. Provide feedback and coaching. D. Ignore the issue. Answer C. Address performance issues directly with coaching first. Question 18. What does a work breakdown structure, WBS, represent? A. Timeline. B. Budget. C. Hierarchical decomposition of work. D. Risk analysis. Answer C. WBS breaks down the project into manageable components. Question 19. Which is an example of a positive risk? A. Budget overrun. B. Early completion. C. Resource shortage. D. Scope creep. Answer B. Positive risks, opportunities, benefit the project. Question 20. What is the purpose of a communication plan? A. Define project scope. B. Manage stakeholder expectations. C. Identify risks. D. Assign resources. Answer B. It ensures the right information reaches stakeholders effectively. Question 21. A vendor fails to deliver on time. What type of risk is this? A. Internal. B. External. C. Technical. D. Organizational. Answer B. Vendors are external to the organization. Question 22. Which estimation technique uses historical data? A. Analogous estimating. B. Bottom-up estimating. C. Parametric estimating. D. Three-point estimating. Answer A. Analogous relies on past project data. Question 23. What is the critical path? A. Shortest path. B. Path with most resources. C. Longest path determining project duration. D. Least risky path. Answer C. It determines the shortest possible project duration. Question 24. Which document defines roles and responsibilities? A. RACI matrix. B. Risk register. C. Scope statement. D. Gantt chart. Answer A. RACI clarifies who is responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed. Question 25. A project manager wants to ensure quality standards are met during execution. What should they use? A. Quality management plan. B. Scope baseline. C. Risk register. D. Project charter. Answer A. This plan defines quality standards and how they will be measured and controlled. Question 26. A project manager notices a key stakeholder is bypassing the change control process and directly instructing team members to implement changes. What is the best action? A. Inform the team to ignore the stakeholder. B. Escalate immediately to the sponsor. C. Reinforce the change control process with the stakeholder. D. Implement the changes to maintain stakeholder satisfaction. Answer C. The PM should reinforce governance and processes first before escalating. Question 27. A project is on schedule, but costs are increasing faster than planned. Which metric best reflects this? A. SPI-1. B. CPI-1. C. CPI-1. D. SPI-1. Answer B. CPI-1 means you're spending more than planned, cost inefficiency. Question 28. During planning, a team identifies tasks but misses dependencies. What is most likely impacted? A. Budget. B. Risk register. C. Schedule accuracy. D. Stakeholder engagement. Answer: C. Missing dependencies leads to incorrect scheduling. Question 29. A risk response plan involves outsourcing a risky component to a third party. This is A. Avoidance. B. Acceptance. C. Transfer. D. Mitigation. Answer: C. Transferring risk shifts responsibility to another party. Question 30. A team member finishes work early and asks for additional tasks. What should the PM do? A. Assign random tasks. B. Reassign from critical path tasks. C. Delay their next assignment. D. Reduce their workload. Answer: B. Focus on critical path to improve schedule efficiency. Question 31. Which scenario best represents scope creep? A. Approved change request. B. Stakeholder adds features without approval. C. PM updates schedule. D. Risk mitigation strategy. Answer: B. Scope creep is uncontrolled change. Question 32. A project manager identifies a new risk during execution. What is the first step? A. Escalate immediately. B. Add to risk register. C. Implement response plan. D. Notify stakeholders. Answer: B. Always document first before action. Question 33. A deliverable meets requirements, but the stakeholder is dissatisfied. What is the likely issue? A. Scope creep. B. Poor communication. C. Budget overrun. D. Risk mismanagement. Answer: B. Expectations were not properly communicated or aligned. Question 34. Which document would most likely include escalation procedures? A. Risk register. B. Communication plan. C. Project charter. D. Issue log. Answer: B. Communication plans define escalation paths. Question 35. A project requires specialized knowledge not available internally. What is the best option? A. Train existing staff. B. Outsource the work. C. Delay the project. D. Reduce scope. Answer: B. Outsourcing ensures expertise without delay. Question 36. A project manager compresses the schedule by adding resources. This is known as A. Fast tracking. B. Crashing. C. Resource leveling. D. Buffering. Answer: B. Crashing equals adding resources to shorten duration. Question 37. Fast tracking involves A. Adding resources. B. Performing tasks in parallel. C. Reducing scope. D. Increasing budget. Answer: B. Fast tracking overlaps tasks. Question 38. A stakeholder has high influence but low interest. How should they be managed? A. Monitor. B. Keep informed. C. Keep satisfied. D. Manage closely. Answer: C. High power plus low interest equals keep satisfied. Question 39. Which artifact ensures all work aligns with project objectives? A. Risk register. B. Scope baseline. C. Issue log. D. Communication plan. Answer: B. Scope baseline includes scope, WBS, and WBS dictionary. Question 40. A project is consistently missing deadlines due to resource conflicts. What technique should be used? A. Fast tracking. B. Resource leveling. C. Crashing. D. Rolling wave planning. Answer: B. Resource leveling resolves overallocation. Question 41. What is the primary purpose of a lessons learned document? A. Assign blame. B. Improve future projects. C. Track risks. D. Monitor scope. Answer: B. It captures insights for future improvement. Question 42. Which phase involves defining success criteria? A. Initiation. B. Planning. C. Execution. D. Closing. Answer: B. Success criteria are defined during planning. Question 43. A project manager notices team burnout. What should they do first? A. Replace team members. B. Reduce workload or adjust schedule. C. Ignore the issue. D. Escalate to sponsor. Answer: B. Address workload to maintain productivity. Question 44. Which type of dependency is based on best practice rather than requirement? A. Mandatory. B. External. C. Discretionary. D. Internal. Answer: C. Discretionary dependencies are preferred but not required. Question 45. A project sponsor requests a status update. Which document is best? A. Risk register. B. Status report. C. Scope statement. D. WBS. Answer: B. Status reports summarize progress. Question 46. A project is under budget but behind schedule. What does this indicate? A. SPI 1 CPI 1. B. SPI 1 CPI 1. C. SPI 1 CPI 1. D. SPI 1 CPI 1. Answer: B. Behind schedule, SPI 1, but under budget, CPI 1. Question 47. Which document is most useful for tracking current project problems? A. Risk register. B. Issue log. C. Project charter. D. Scope baseline. Answer: B. Issue log tracks active problems. Question 48. A team completes a deliverable, but QA finds defects. What should happen next? A. Deliver to client anyway. B. Fix defects before acceptance. C. Ignore minor issues. D. Escalate immediately. Answer: B. Deliverables must meet quality standards before acceptance. Question 49. A project manager wants to predict future performance based on past trends. What should they use? A. EVM. B. WBS. C. Risk register. D. Gantt chart. Answer: A. Earned value management forecasts performance. Question 50. A stakeholder requests additional features but refuses to adjust budget or timeline. What is the best response? A. Approve the request. B. Reject immediately. C. Submit for change control with impact analysis. D. Escalate to team. Answer: C. All changes must go through formal evaluation. Question 51. A project manager is leading a software implementation project. Midway through execution, a key stakeholder complains that the system does not meet expectations, even though all documented requirements are being met. What should the project manager have done to prevent this issue? A. Increase the frequency of status reports. B. Conducted more detailed risk assessments. C. Validated requirements with stakeholders during planning. D. Escalated requirements to the sponsor. Answer: C. This is a classic expectations versus requirements gap. Validation, not just documentation, prevents misalignment. Question 52. A project is behind schedule due to delays from a vendor. The contract does not include penalties for late delivery. What is the best course of action? A. Terminate the contract immediately. B. Escalate to legal action. C. Negotiate with the vendor for improved delivery. D. Ignore and adjust schedule. Answer: C. Without contractual penalties, negotiation is the most practical and immediate solution. Question 53. During execution, a team member identifies a major risk that was not previously documented. The risk could delay the project by 2 months. What should the PM do first? A. Inform stakeholders immediately. B. Add the risk to the risk register and analyze it. C. Implement mitigation strategies. D. Escalate to sponsor. Answer: B. Always document and assess before acting or escalating. Question 54. A project manager notices that two critical tasks can be performed in parallel instead of sequentially, but doing so increases the risk of rework. What technique is being considered? A. Crashing. B. Fast tracking. C. Resource leveling. D. Rolling wave planning. Answer: B. Fast tracking overlaps tasks and increases risk. Question 55. A stakeholder with high influence requests a change that will negatively impact project quality, but insists it be implemented quickly. What is the best response? A. Approve the change to maintain relationship. B. Reject the change immediately. C. Submit the change through formal change control with impact analysis. D. Escalate to the team. Answer: C. Even high-power stakeholders must follow change control. Question 56. A project manager realizes that team members are unclear about their responsibilities, causing duplicated work. Which tool should have been used? A. WBS. B. RACI matrix. C. Gantt chart. D. Risk register. Answer: B. RACI clarifies roles and prevents overlap. Question 57. A project is nearing completion, but several minor defects remain. The deadline is fixed. What should the PM do? A. Release the product with defects. B. Delay the project. C. Consult stakeholders on acceptable quality thresholds. D. Ignore the defects. Answer: C. Stakeholder agreement determines acceptable quality versus deadline trade-offs. Question 58. A project manager notices that communication breakdowns are causing missed deadlines. What is the most effective corrective action? A. Increase email updates. B. Update the communication plan. C. Replace team members. D. Escalate to sponsor. Answer: B. Fix the root cause communication structure. Question 59. A project has multiple competing priorities and limited resources. What should the PM do first? A. Request additional resources. B. Reprioritize tasks based on business value. C. Delay low-priority tasks. D. Escalate to stakeholders. Answer: B. Prioritization is the first step before escalation or changes. Question 60. A team member consistently misses deadlines due to unclear instructions. What is the best action? A. Replace the team member. B. Provide clearer requirements and expectations. C. Escalate to HR. D. Ignore the issue. Answer: B. Root cause equals unclear direction, not performance. Question 61. A project manager identifies that the critical path has changed due to delays. What should be done next? A. Ignore the change. B. Update the schedule and communicate impacts. C. Add more resources. D. Escalate immediately. Answer: B. Always update and communicate before taking corrective action. Question 62. A stakeholder is resistant to project changes and is negatively influencing others. What should the PM do? A. Ignore the stakeholder. B. Remove them from communication. C. Engage and address concerns directly. D. Escalate immediately. Answer: C. Stakeholder engagement is key. Don't avoid conflict. Question 63. A project manager wants to ensure all deliverables meet quality standards before stakeholder review. What should be implemented? A. Quality assurance processes. B. Risk mitigation plan. C. Scope baseline. D. Communication plan. Answer: A. QA ensures processes produce quality outputs. Question 64. A project is under budget, but stakeholders are dissatisfied. What is most likely the issue? A. Poor cost management. B. Scope creep. C. Misaligned expectations. D. Resource shortage. Answer: C. Budget success doesn't equal stakeholder satisfaction. Question 65. A project manager is asked to fast-track a project. What is the primary risk? A. Increased cost. B. Increased resource usage. C. Increased rework. D. Reduced scope. Answer: C. Fast-tracking increases rework risk due to overlap. Question 66. A vendor delivers substandard materials. What should the PM do first? A. Terminate contract. B. Document issue and review contract terms. C. Replace vendor immediately. D. Escalate to sponsor. Answer: B. Always refer to contract before action. Question 67. A project manager wants to improve team performance over time. Which document is most useful? A. Risk register. B. Lessons learned. C. Scope statement. D. Status report. Answer: B. Lessons learned improve future performance. Question 68. A project has vague requirements and stakeholders disagree frequently. What is the best approach? A. Use waterfall. B. Use agile methodology. C. Reduce stakeholder involvement. D. Increase documentation only. Answer: B. Agile handles evolving and unclear requirements. Question 69. A project manager notices that actual costs are lower than planned, but progress is slower than expected. What does this indicate? A. Overperformance. B. Inefficient resource usage. C. Scope creep. D. Risk avoidance. Answer: B. Spending less but progressing slowly equals inefficiency. Question 70. A project manager is closing a project. What is the final step? A. Release resources. B. Archive documentation. C. Obtain formal acceptance. D. Conduct lessons learned. Answer: B. Archiving is the last administrative closure step. Question 71. A stakeholder requests frequent updates beyond the communication plan. What should the PM do? A. Refuse the request. B. Update the communication plan. C. Ignore the stakeholder. D. Escalate to sponsor. Answer: B. Adapt communication to stakeholder needs. Question 72. A project manager identifies a dependency on an external supplier. What type of dependency is this? A. Internal. B. Mandatory. C. External. D. Discretionary. Answer: C. External dependencies involve outside parties. Question 73. A project team is experiencing conflicts due to unclear priorities. What should the PM do? A. Escalate immediately. B. Clarify priorities and objectives. C. Replace team members. D. Ignore conflicts. Answer: B. Conflict often comes from unclear direction. Question 74. A project manager must choose between meeting a deadline or maintaining quality. What should guide the decision? A. Team preference. B. Stakeholder expectations. C. Budget constraints. D. PM judgment only. Answer: B. Stakeholder priorities drive trade-off decisions. Question 75. A project manager notices that risks are not being updated regularly. What is the best corrective action? A. Ignore the issue. B. Update the risk management process. C. Replace team members. D. Escalate immediately. Answer: B. Fix the process to ensure continuous risk tracking. Question 76. A project manager discovers that a key deliverable was completed based on outdated requirements. The updated requirements were approved but not communicated to the team. What is the root cause? A. Poor scope definition. B. Ineffective communication management. C. Lack of stakeholder engagement. D. Inadequate risk planning. Answer: B. The issue is not the requirements themselves, it's failure to communicate approved changes. Question 77. A project is consistently meeting deadlines but exceeding budget. Stakeholders are satisfied with progress. What should the PM do? A. Continue as is. B. Focus on cost control measures. C. Reduce scope. D. Escalate immediately. Answer: B. Cost overrun is still a problem even if stakeholders are currently satisfied. Question 78. During execution, a stakeholder introduces a small enhancement and pressures the team to implement it without documentation. What is the best response? A. Approve to maintain relationship. B. Reject immediately. C. Route through change control process. D. Assign to a team member quietly. Answer: C. All changes must go through formal evaluation. This is a classic exam trap. Question 79. A project manager notices that team members are waiting for approvals before proceeding, causing delays. What should the PM do? A. Remove approval steps. B. Delegate authority where appropriate. C. Escalate to sponsor. D. Ignore delays. Answer: B. Bottlenecks caused by approvals can be reduced by empowering the team. Question 80. A project manager identifies that a risk has a low probability but extremely high impact. What is the best strategy? A. Accept. B. Ignore. C. Mitigate or plan contingency. D. Transfer only. Answer: C. High-impact risks require proactive planning even if probability is low. Question 81. A project is nearing completion when a stakeholder claims a key feature is missing, but it was never in the approved scope. What should the PM do? A. Add the feature immediately. B. Reject the request and reference scope baseline. C. Escalate to sponsor. D. Apologize and implement later. Answer: B. Stick to the approved scope. This protects the project from scope creep. Question 82. A team member is overallocated across multiple projects, causing delays. What should the PM do first? A. Replace the team member. B. Adjust schedule or resource allocation. C. Escalate to HR. D. Ignore the issue. Answer: B. Resource conflicts should be resolved through planning adjustments first. Question 83. A project manager wants to ensure that stakeholders have a shared understanding of deliverables before execution begins. What is the best approach? A. Send detailed emails. B. Conduct a walkthrough or review session. C. Update risk register. D. Assign deliverables. Answer: B. Interactive reviews ensure alignment better than passive communication. Question 84. A vendor contract includes penalties for late delivery, but delays are occurring. What should the PM do first? A. Enforce penalties immediately. B. Review contract terms and verify noncompliance. C. Replace vendor. D. Escalate to sponsor. Answer: B. Always confirm contractual obligations before enforcement. Question 85. A project manager identifies that tasks are taking longer due to overly optimistic estimates. What should be improved? A. Risk management. B. Estimation techniques. C. Communication plan. D. Scope baseline. Answer: B. Poor estimation leads to unrealistic timelines. Question 86. A stakeholder is not attending meetings but later complains about lack of updates. What should the PM do? A. Ignore the stakeholder. B. Remove from communication list. C. Adjust communication methods to meet stakeholder needs. D. Escalate immediately. Answer: C. Adapt communication strategies instead of blaming stakeholders. Question 87. A project manager notices that a critical path task is delayed. What is the most immediate concern? A. Budget impact. B. Project completion date. C. Stakeholder satisfaction. D. Resource availability. Answer: B. Delays on the critical path directly impact project duration. Question 88. A project team is highly skilled but lacks coordination, leading to inefficiencies. What should the PM focus on? A. Technical training. B. Team collaboration and processes. C. Budget adjustments. D. Risk mitigation. Answer: B. The issue is coordination, not skill level. Question 89. A project manager is asked to reduce project duration without increasing budget. What is the best approach? A. Add resources. B. Fast-track tasks where possible. C. Reduce quality standards. D. Increase scope. Answer: B. Fast-tracking does not necessarily increase cost, but increases risk. Question 90. A project manager identifies that stakeholders have conflicting expectations. What should be done first? A. Choose one stakeholder's requirements. B. Escalate immediately. C. Facilitate discussion to align expectations. D. Ignore conflict. Answer: C. Alignment is critical before moving forward. Question 91. A project manager realizes that documentation is incomplete during execution. What should they do? A. Stop the project. B. Update documentation as needed. C. Ignore and continue. D. Escalate immediately. Answer: B. Documentation should be maintained continuously. Question 92. A project is at risk of missing a deadline due to unforeseen issues. What should the PM do first? A. Inform stakeholders. B. Analyze the situation and identify options. C. Add resources. D. Reduce scope. Answer: B. Always assess before communicating or acting. Question 93. A team member suggests a better way to complete a task that improves efficiency. What should the PM do? A. Reject to maintain consistency. B. Evaluate and potentially implement the improvement. C. Ignore suggestion. D. Escalate to sponsor. Answer: B. Continuous improvement is encouraged. Question 94. A project manager notices that risks are being identified but not tracked. What is missing? A. Risk identification. B. Risk monitoring and control. C. Risk avoidance. D. Risk transfer. Answer: B. Tracking is part of monitoring and control. Question 95. A stakeholder demands immediate changes that conflict with project objectives. What is the best response? A. Approve changes. B. Reject outright. C. Evaluate impact and align with objectives before decision. D. Escalate immediately. Answer: C. Decisions must align with project goals. Question 96. A project manager is managing a distributed team across time zones. What is the most important factor? A. Budget. B. Communication planning. C. Scope definition. D. Risk avoidance. Answer: B. Communication is critical in distributed environments. Question 97. A project manager identifies that a deliverable meets technical requirements, but fails user acceptance testing. What should be done? A. Deliver anyway. B. Rework the deliverable. C. Ignore feedback. D. Escalate immediately. Answer: B. User acceptance is required for successful delivery. Question 98. A project manager is unsure whether a risk will occur but wants to be prepared. What should they create? A. Issue log. B. Contingency plan. C. Scope baseline. D. Status report. Answer B. Contingency plans prepare for potential risks. Question 99. A project manager notices that team morale is declining due to workload. What is the best action? A. Increase deadlines. B. Rebalance workload and support team. C. Ignore morale. D. Escalate to HR. Answer B. Address workload to maintain productivity and morale. Question 100. A project manager completes all deliverables, but stakeholders refuse to sign off. What is the most likely cause? A. Budget issues. B. Schedule delays. C. Misaligned expectations. D. Risk mismanagement. Answer C. Acceptance issues usually stem from expectation misalignment. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to the Licensed Mind Drive.